Hello everyone, welcome to our mathematics channel 360 degree mathematics. In the last video we started our discussion regarding permutation, and we discussed single permutation, double permutation, factorial, that is single factorial, double factorial and left factorial. Today we will discuss two things. One is iterative factorial and second one is restrictive permutation. Iterative factorial is very simple, that is factorial after factorial, and restricted permutations are nothing but the conditional permutation. One permutation will be done on the basis of some condition, prefix condition, and that will be discussed by different conditional pattern. And now look at the paper. I will do this type of sums. We start here iterative factorial. This is a new concept of the class 11-12 students, and this is nothing but n factorial is normal factorial, and this is right hand factorial. But whenever after calculating n factorial, again we impose factorial beside n factorial, then this is called iterative factorial. Very interesting, iterative factorial. Very interesting. If I consider 3 factorial iterative factorial, then actually 3 factorial means 6, and that is 6 factorial, that is 6 factorial means 720. If I take 3 double factorial and if I take 3 factorial iterative factorial, then these two values are not equal. That is, we can conclude here n double factorial not equal to n factorial iterative factorial. This is our mission complete. What is iterative factorial? Factorial sign is applied after the factorial calculation again. Now we focus on the next topic, that is restricted permutation. This is applied restricted permutation. From the name of this heading, it is clear that some restrictions are there, and on the basis of the restriction we apply the concept. First we mention restriction type 1, RT1, that is the number of permutations, of n different things, taken R at a time, in which m particular things never occur. Is n minus m PR. This is the structure of the restriction where n minus m greater than equal to R. This is always true for the permutation structure. And restriction 2, today we will focus only on these two restrictions. The same type, the number of permutations of n different things taken r at a time, taken r at a time, in which m particular, in which m particular, in which m particular things always occur, is RPM into n minus m p r minus m. This is the structure of this restriction. Now we focus and we solve a problem in which these two restrictions can be applied. Just see our next problem. Now I will present here a problem in which these two restrictions are there, and we will mention where never occur will be applied and where always occur will be applied. Just see. The question is find the number of permutations of 20 things taken 5 at a time, show that one particular thing, number one, never occur. Our first exception was regarding never occur, and that will be shown here. Number two, will always occur. Our second restriction was regarding always occur. Solution. Our question is that one particular thing never occur. Never occur means whatever may be the permutation, whatever may be the arrangement, that particular things will be absent everywhere, every time. Now total, number one, solution. Total number of things equals to 20, and the one particular thing will be absent, that is, now the present number of things is 20 minus 1, that is 19, and 19 is the total number of things, and 5 things will be arranged from these 19 objects, 19 things. Now 5 things taken from 19 things and arranged. Therefore, the structure becomes numerically 20 minus 1 P5. That is, our restriction was n minus m equal to n minus m PR. Here n equals to 20, m equals to 1 and r equals to 5. The application of the restriction is here mentioned here, 19 P5, that is 19 P5. If I break it according to formula NPR, 19 factorial and 19 minus 5 factorial, that is in numerator 19 and 14 denominator. 19, 18, 17, 16, 16 and 15 and 14 factorial, and in denominator 14 factorial. Cancelled. This will be 19 into 18 into 17 into 16 into 15, and the arrangement is 1395 360. 1 3, if I take the product is 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, then it will be 1395 360. Now the restriction 1 type is complete here. In the next part, we see that our problem is will always occur type problem. Now in our problem, total number of things 20 and 5 are taken. 5 are taken at a time. But the restriction is one thing is always occurred. One thing is always occurred. Now this particular thing should be kept aside. Now the total number of things 20 minus 1, that is 19, and we will take 4 things, because 4 things now, because already one thing is taken for arrangement. Hence number of arrangements can be done in 20 minus 1 P5 minus 1, that is 19 P4. But this is incomplete. Why? 5 things we are taking and 1 things will be occurred always. Therefore, these 5 things categorically change themselves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 change themselves with this in product form. That is required permutation is 5P1. We discussed the form RPM. This is R, this is M, into 20 minus 1 P5 minus 1. This is N, this is M, this is R, this is M. That is, we apply here RPM N minus 1 P R minus N minus M P R minus M. The restriction is applied here with this structure, and it will be 5P1 into 19P4, that is 5 into 19 factorial by 19 minus 4 factorial, that is 5 into 19 factorial by 15 factorial, that is that is 5 into 19, 18, 17 and 16, and it will be 4, 6, 5, 1, 2, 0. Our mission is complete. Today actually here I discuss two types of restrictions. One is never occur type, second one is always occur type. And in the next videos we will discuss different types of restrictions, different patterns of the permutation problem and different language type problems. And for the today's video we just focus on the restrictions never occur and always occur. This is very important in 11-12 class. This is all about today, and you will keep the watch on our channel. Thank you all for watching this video.